connection.
Hey everybody, I'm Dancin David from DancinTime.com. What time is it?
Dancin Time.
Dancin Time, and this is the beautiful Princess Lisa. And today we reviewed some of the basic concepts and we remembered them as I'm going to be connected with myself, I'm going to be connected with the floor, I'm going to be connected with the music, and connected with my partner. And one way for the followers to remember that, or for everybody to remember that, is that I'm a princess. So how would a princess stand and have a presence? She would be open-hearted, open arms, strong and powerful, but yet welcoming and open to whatever's coming, right? So just remember, she's a princess and he's a prince. We have good posture and strength and power and confidence in the way that we move in the world, okay? So when we go towards each other, we don't give up our frame. When we go away, we don't give up our frame, okay? We keep that connection with ourselves no matter how we move in the world, especially during turns. So when we turn, we talked about the fact that, and I'll just do the basic turn here, and then we'll do it together. So she's going to keep her feet underneath her and move by moving her body, which keeps her feet underneath her, and she's going to look in the direction of the turn before her body gets there. So this would be something different. Moving the foot first, and then moving the foot first, okay? And I just turned my head there because I want to speak to the camera, but a lot of times what happens is this. Just keeping the head still. So to be more active and more present, we want to do 1, 2, turn the head before that. So the way that looks as a partnership is, she looks at me, she does her princess, and we go, 1, 2, and even though I'm holding her, she's not turning separately, she's looking at me the whole time, because that's the way her body's turning, is to the left. Okay? So what we practiced a lot was, in this scenario where I'm not holding her, she's still going to do that left turning of the head. Okay? Let's do that again. She's going to look to the left and hold that princess posture. 1, 2, look left. Good. So watch again. So the one thing we did to practice this is I had the ladies turn me. So with this part of my arm parallel to the floor and this at a right angle, Lisa's going to turn me, and I'm going to keep that structure in my body, the princess structure, or in my case the prince structure. I'm going to look at her until I can't look at her anymore. And then as soon as I can't look at her anymore, I'm going to flip around to the other side, keeping this structure. Okay? So, and ideally this structure stays outside of my waist. So in here would be no frame or misconnection. Out here would be full connection. Okay? So as Lisa does this next turn, when she goes 1, 2, 3, she's still trying to look at me, but she can't anymore. So now she looks over her left shoulder. So now she flips and looks over her left shoulder, and that immediately turns her whole body. Do you feel that? We'll see that in the video. That was nice. So we're going to do that again. So she's keeping this structure. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That was better. You turned your head. Okay? So with this structure, what happens is the hand goes around the head. So there's not an opportunity for the hand to hit the head at any point. She's just going to pitter-patter her feet around. So there's a structure there. So it's normal to be afraid of things by your face. That's normal. It's common defense structure. We want to keep them away. Good. Okay. So just go slow when you do that. Just go real slow. Go slow. Okay. Now stop here. So her hand is inside of her waist. She put it there. I'm going to ask her to keep that princess structure so it stays out here. Try it again. That's better. Good. Okay? Put the head back straight. There you go. Nice. So what happens sometimes when we do this is we get too far and our head gets tilted. So we want to stop when our head's still straight and then flip if we can. Okay? The other thing that we talked about in the turns was bringing your legs together as you turn. So just watch that for a second. So we always want to turn with our feet together. So if we were going to do a practice drill, it might be like that. And you can say, I took a step and then brought my feet together. So I took the step, gave me energy, rotation, closed the legs, and that's what made me turn. So the same thing here. When we go 1, 2, 3, right here, what helps me turn is bringing the feet together, and then they just land underneath me and land backwards. Okay, the last piece that we talked about was rotating the hips open for the rock step, or the first 2 beats. So instead of just stepping straight back, we can open those hips, which adds to the rotation, which helps the next part of the rotation. Right? So as we do that together, I'm going to open my hips, and she opens her hips, and that feels really good because she's mirroring what I'm doing. She's giving me that energy that I'm asking for. And that creates a tension or a hinge type of feeling here in my hand on her back. So that makes the next part really easy to go around because we created that elasticity to create the rebound for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when we're just doing basic steps, we can still do that hip opening, because we're getting ready to do, at some point, the turn. That was a nice turn. Good. And now, when the leader does something, no matter what he's doing, especially in the beginning, she stays looking at him. So we did this pattern a few times. Right, and see how she's following me with her eyes? That means she's following me with her belly button. That means she stayed close and we stayed connected as we go. So let's do that a few times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She stays with me. Good. And what I like is she stayed close to me, which means her arm stayed in that same shape that we were looking for. So if she gets too far away, then her arm's going to be out here, and then she's disconnected from herself, and I can't lead her. Okay, so that would look like this. Bum, 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 bum. If I took too big of a step and my arm was out here, now I'm out of my own connection. I don't have any power to move. Okay, so let's just do a couple basic steps. It's called out the door, in the door, and then inside turn, and then waist turn. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, or we can do a crossbody knee. That's what we do in the closed position. And then we send her out. We bring her back. She's doing that same turn that we worked on. And then we give her a turn. And then the waist strap is his turn. And now just watch my head on this. You can see how much fun it is. Thank you.
Thank you.